United States of America does not quit once it starts on something. You don't quit. The American Armed Services does not quit. We keep at it. We persevere. And together with our partners, we will prevail. I am absolutely confident of that.
President Obama made a surprise visit to the U.S. troops fighting in Afghanistan this weekend, and his message was very clear: we'll stay until we win. That means dismantling al-Qaeda and its allies. But as the president was giving a pep talk to the troops inside Bagram Air Force Base, the Taliban was bragging about launching rockets at him. The United States military confirms there was rocket fire, but it says it happened after the president had left. This is a stark reminder that after 8 years of fighting and nearly 1,000 American lives have been lost, the Taliban is still very much in power in Afghanistan. For more on that, let's bring in Robert Greenwald, Brave New Films. He is the director of Rethink Afghanistan. Mr. Greenwald, good to have you with us. What message did you take from the president's visit when he says we're going to stay there until we get the job done? What does that mean?
Well, I think it means that he's sending a message to the troops, he's supporting them, but all the reports from what's going on over there, Ed, and we're hearing this at Rethink Afghanistan from person after person who's stationed over there, it's a horror show. Morale is down, people are being killed, and you know, you earlier were talking about there's no free lunch. We also have to remember war is not free. During the time the president was giving that speech, we spent $2.5 million on the war in Afghanistan. And I cannot wait till he gives the speech when he talks about spending that same amount of money on jobs and homes and all the things that the states so desperately need in this country.
Well, the United States has spent $6 billion since 2002 setting up a police force, arsenals, academies, training, all of this stuff, and we have to show for it. When does it end? Now, the president reportedly told Mr. Karzai, you got to get it together and knock off this corruption. But
yes, but Karzai is a corrupt leader, Ed. I mean, he was elected with a false election. Millions of votes that were not even cast were somehow tallied for him. So the notion that he's going to change his way when he and his family are making billions of dollars, to say nothing. I mean, you know this, the number of private corporations that are ripping us off over there is an obscenity. And the timing couldn't be worse, because as you reported earlier, the states are going out of business in this country. And meanwhile, we're pouring this insane amount of money. It's going to be $300 billion for the war in Afghanistan, and we are no safer than when we began.
So from your reporting and your documentary work in Afghanistan, Mr. Greenwald, this is Iraq all over again when it comes to the private contractors?
In some ways worse, because there's more money flooding in. It's flooding in with a government in Afghanistan that's part of the corruption. We didn't exactly have that on Iraq. It was our contractors taking and stealing it all. Here, the government over there is taking it and stealing it. There is no government that is respected, and we're seeing that day after day after day. Look, Ed, we cannot paint this as the good guys versus the bad guys. It's an awful civil war over there. Terrible things are going on, and we have to decide and really embrace the idea war is not free.
What about defeating al-Qaeda? Are we not accomplishing anything in Afghanistan?
Well, al-Qaeda's been defeated. General Petraeus has said there's no al-Qaeda there. The CIA has said there's less than 100. Go after al-Qaeda, but don't invade and occupy a country to get a couple of bad guys. Get them wherever they are, but the notion that we need to have 120,000 troops and 150,000 contractors over there and spend $72 billion this year, it doesn't make any fundamental sense, and we all have to support Obama in pushing back against the Pentagon.
150,000 private contractors. That's a bunch. Mr. Greenwald, good to have you with us tonight. Thanks so much.